All right, welcome back. There's a term that has suddenly become very popular across the world, started by the President of the United States. It sounded not very valid initially in 2016 when we first heard the term, but now a lot of politicians and basically everybody around the world uses the term fake news, and it has become a thing. And we're going to be talking about that now and how it might affect basically even the political ramifications in Nigeria going towards 2019. I have here with me Delphine Okoba and Bamilari Adegoke. Thanks for being here today.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yes, you are a YouTuber. You work on social media, which is where this fake news sort of lives.
Yes.
And we have seen a lot of it even in our part of the world. I mean, I know how many times I see headlines and I know that this is basically just clickbait and you open it and there's nothing in it or something just made up an entire story. Why is this a thing now? Why is it that people still or fall for things like this, if I may use this word?
Because they're designed for people to fall for them. It's designed to mislead people. It's designed for financial gain. It's designed for people to misroute, basically.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, people fall for it because the headlines are sensational, you know, and they click and they find that there's nothing.
You're a social media influencer, and you guys get blamed a lot for a lot of this. Where does this come from now? I know that there's like I said earlier, clickbait is a way to drive traffic to your site and then at the end of the day make some money, probably from advertising.
Yeah.
But where does the line get drawn between that and actually, let me use the word, have a conscience to actually just speak the truth?
To be sincere with you, the thing is, Nigerians, we like gossip and we love gist a lot. So this,
I think everybody actually.
Everybody, well, but Nigerians mostly because we love gist and we just want juicy stories. And people know that this is what you want, so they decide to give it the way you want it.
Yeah.
So that's just the way I say it.
So basically, you're blaming the people.
Well, I was going to say that because I was like, if you didn't put it out, then nobody would click on that, isn't it?
To be sincere, if it's an educational story or gist, it may have 200 views or thereabout. But if it's something about a celebrity and it's something catchy and all, you see it's trending everywhere.
But how about it then being a lie? Which is what fake news is, isn't it? I mean, I can understand a headline that might be true,
but
that might be salacious, but maybe you juice it up a bit. As against something that's just a blatant, or Ebuka is wearing a white suit on Rubbin Minds today. That is a lie.
Yeah. So
why does that happen? I mean, and I know there's a lot of talk about, regulation and how that can't necessarily be a thing, with social media and the internet yet, because we've not even figured out how to regulate it. But self-regulation, I guess, is what it should be now, isn't it?
Yes, because I know that somebody mentioned recently to me something about a social media act, but I mean, the lines are really blurred. I myself, I haven't read it, honestly, to be honest, The lines are blurred, so it still boils down to conscience. Like, what can you live with, basically?
Yeah.
Draw the line between what's a lie and,
Yeah. As an influencer now, there's a lot of responsibility on you, right? And I know a lot of people use that term these days, I'm an influencer.
Very loosely.
Very loosely. People who necessarily are not influencers. But with that term influencer, I believe when you hear the word, you influence people, it places a burden on you, doesn't it? And first of all, what does it take to be an influencer? And I don't know if you guys have a union yet or anything.
I don't know.
But is there a way you guys sit down and say, okay, you know what, how do we work to be seen to be doing better than we are?
I think it depends on what you're influencing and who you're influencing.
Okay. So what kind of influencer are you?
I'm a social media influencer, digital marketer.
Okay.
So it depends, like for you, example, she's an influencer. You are an influencer. Just so you know.
I don't know.
Remember your Agbada trend?
Okay.
Everybody jumped on it. Ebuka is known for Agbada now.
But that wasn't deliberately influencing.
Well, you influence people.
I didn't put up an Agbada to influence.
But you can be an influencer unintentionally.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just stumble into it, you know, and then they start to make financial gain from it.
Okay.
You know.
Ebuka is an Agbada influencer now. If you're wearing so much of Agbada, more than you put on suits. So you're an influencer in that aspect.
That regard.
Yeah, in that regard. So it depends on who you are influencing and what you are influencing people for.
Okay.
So I influence people on social media. Anybody can be an influencer. You get, no matter the number of followers.
Okay.
But what are you telling these people and what are you teaching them? You get, you have to then sit and think like, I have some people looking up to me. What am I pushing out to these people, and what am I selling to them?
Yeah.
You get?
Which is why I mean I say that because I mean I don't know, I'm sure you have friends as well who do what you do. I don't know what kind of conversations you have. I've had a few bloggers here as well, and I know we talked about blogging. When blogging, I mean blogging is still a big
It's
deal,
still
but
a
I mean
thing.
there was a time when all the burden was on bloggers, to tone it down a bit. I was like, do you guys have conversations? Do you see? I mean I know that you don't know all of them, and not
Yeah.
all influencers of course are the same, but there are certain influencers who put out things just because. Or like he said, you did not have enough followers, they want to grow their following. So they put out all of this fake news.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you sit down and have conversations, if at all, what sorts of...
I don't know that I've sat down to have conversations with influencers, but I meet a lot of them when I go out for events, when there's a brand marketing campaign going on for different brands, and we jam each other at these events, and we talk, and I realize that a lot of them just put out stuff to grow their accounts, really. What is trending, they just post it.
Is it lack of regulation? Is there ever a worry about like lawsuits, for example?
Well, right now, I personally don't have any worries for that, but I don't think it's a thing right now because, I mean, there are no rules per se.
But libel is still a thing.
Libel is still a thing, yes, but I feel like that social media act thing isn't down pat yet. We haven't locked it down. There's so many blurry lines, so we can't say for sure. I don't think these people are really held accountable to anything they put out, honestly. So people just post anything they like.
You were going to say something?
But there's a group called Digital Media Practitioners of Nigeria.
Okay.
It's called DMPN. They just started about a year ago. Yeah, and they are actually making things work.
Really?
Yes, trust me.
Okay.
How so?
Okay, something happened. There's a guy, an influencer called Badowski.
I think
you remember the news?
Yeah,
and something trended, free Badowski on Twitter. That even the vice president had to come up on, had to jump on it.
Okay.
So it's working. It's when he was arrested on for something he did. That wasn't what arresting for.
Okay.
So they took him from a state to another state, which is not right. So they tweeted about it and people were talking about it,
And it's
trended.
Okay.
So the group did that. So they fight for causes, and there's something they did that went viral about the old 100 naira notes. That have you seen?
A clean one.
The clean one, yes, I saw that.
When there was no 100 naira notes in circulation.
Yeah.
So they talked about it, and federal government tweeted some things about it and jumped on it too. So it's working. It won't start in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a gradual process.
Okay.
So I think we are getting there.